If you're looking to relocate to Tucson, or if you already live here and you are looking for some amazing new construction just outside of city limits, this is going to be the video for you. Today we are going to be touring the town of Marana, and I'm going to show you all of the builders that are building in that area. Marana is such a hot spot for new construction that we're going to look at every builder in the area and some of the floor plans, and then we're even going to look into the incentives that these builders are offering that are ever changing. But the great news about that is that these incentives have saved some of my clients thousands of dollars annually and up front. That's everything from low interest rates to, again, thousands of dollars saved up front. So we're gonna take a deep dive into Marana. It's the ultimate tour of the town of Marana for new construction. Then we're gonna take a look at where you'd be shopping, the schools, and everything. Again, you're gonna wanna make sure you watch till the end because we're gonna go over all of the incentives and all of the builders. Here we have a map of Tucson. Now for new construction, you're going to have three primary areas that are pretty much where all of the new construction buildings are going on for homes. You have Vail, which is down here southeast down the I-10. Then you have the town of Sahuarito, which is south on the I-19. I did do a video that tours this area, so after you watch this one, take a look at that one on my channel so you can see the differences in area, because some of them do have the same builders. It really just depends on what area fits you and what you like about the areas, because they are very similar. It's just kind of a preference in general. So make sure you take a look at that one. And then as we head northwest, these red dotted lines show the outline of the town of Marana. So this is what we're going to be deep diving in today. Now, Marana is a big area, and there are so many builders in this area that it's actually going to be a part 2 video. So I post every Sunday in the afternoon, so you will be seeing this one. The following week you'll see part 2, because today we are just going to be looking at the west side of the I-10. You have the Saguaro Bloom area, you have the Twin Peaks, Continental Ranch, and Gladden Farms, which is going to be the west side of the I-10. My part 2, we're going to cover Dove Mountain and the east side of the I-10. So let's zoom in. Now, for the sake of these videos, I always like to use downtown Tucson as my central point of Tucson, just of getting around and how long it takes. So let's say you are in the Gladden Farms, Marana area, or even any of this area west. It's going to take you anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes to get to downtown Tucson. So let's zoom in. Right here, you have the Tucson Museum of Art and the Children's Museum of Tucson. That is downtown Tucson. If we get on the I-10 and we start heading north, it's going to take you anywhere. It's all freeway travel, which is nice. So here we have our red dots. This is going to take about, to get to Cortero Farms here, which is an exit, about 20 minutes or so. Now, if we head a little bit more into the northern part and we get to the Gladden Farms area and Rancho Marana area, which is a very, very popular area for Marana, this is going to take about 25 minutes or so. It could take a little bit less. It just all depends on traffic. So it's a huge area, but I will say the west side of Marana, this is where you're going to find majority of the homes that are well under $500,000. When we jump over to the east side of the I-10, where you're getting into the Dove Mountain area and Canyon Pass at Dove Mountain, this is going to be where you're going to be getting about $500,000 and well into the luxury market of multi-million-dollar homes. But you can find some amazing options that are in the mid to low 500s, just depending on the builder. That's the east side. Today, we are looking at our more beautiful, affordable options, but let me tell you, this west side of the I-10, very popular, beautiful master plan communities. A lot of my clients love living in this area. So there's a lot to do here. There's a lot of great home options on this west side, plus those incentives we're going to talk about. So let's jump in first and take a look at Meritage Homes. Meritage is one of my favorite builders I love working with. They have some great just options for homes, anywhere from 1,300 square feet up into 2,500 or more square feet, which is great. And the best news is all of them are mid 400s and well under. You can get something for just below 350, and I want to say 425. That's pretty much their price range for this area. So let's take a look. Here we are on their website, and all of the builders that I'm going to talk about, they're going to be linked below, so you can play around with their websites and really get familiar with what they offer. So here's a map of Tucson. This is the town of Marana, kind of going this way, and they have 3 communities. 2 of those communities are very, very close to being completed and sold out, but the good news is they're always opening new options. So let's make our way in. Here we are. This is going to be the Continental Ranch area of Marana, a little bit closer into town for the most part. It's about a 5 to 7 minute difference between these communities on the I-10. But this area, and we'll go over everything in these areas, this area is very close to the premium outlet malls, restaurants, shops, stores. You're about a 5-minute radius to just shops in general. So this is their Summerstone community, and they have quite a few options in this area. They currently have 12 quick move-in. Now, all of the builders that we're looking at today are going to be spec home builders. That means that you don't go in and choose your lot and build from ground up and choose all of your finishes. All of these builders are pre-selected fabrications of the lot, the floor plan, and then what is inside cosmetically. But the good news about that is that's what saves you thousands of dollars just from not having to go to a design center, choosing your flooring, choosing your fixtures, all of that. They have beautiful designer options of what comes in these homes. So that's why it can be so affordable up front, that there's not all of these hidden fees that pop up later on. So let's take a look. We're not going to look through every single floor plan. I'll have this link down below for you to see, but we'll take a look at a few of them. So this is their 1326 square foot option, their turquoise floor plan. They have quite a few. Now, this floor plan is going to be a little bit more higher priced, probably about by $10,000 or so more than as we head further into Marana, primarily because this one is closer into town. So you are paying for location, which it does make a difference for a lot of people. So let's take a look at this floor plan, the turquoise. This is their 1320 floor plan, but it's 1326 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. Now, again, I suggest you go onto the website, look around, play around with it. This is a great floor plan. You have your porch, you walk into your entryway here, and then you have your great room, dining, and kitchen all in one big room. And then you have a separate floor plan or separate living. So your primary suite is going to be in this rear corner by your covered patio. You have your huge walk-in closet and your primary bath, and then 2 bedrooms up front with a full bath and your laundry. Great option if you are looking for a smaller floor plan. That turquoise floor plan ranges in price starting at $361,000 up to $372,000, $369,000. It really just depends on where the lot is located and the finishes that are inside of this floor plan. So multiple turquoise, and I will say when you're getting into the $370,000 or the higher price point for that floor plan, so $370,000, $372,000, it's going to have a little bit of their nicer upgrades. So their longer floor plank tile, they're going to have backsplash. All of Meritage Homes comes with light fixtures. So you can see in this picture here, they have custom light fixtures in there, and then it comes with all appliances as well. Some of these builders that we're going to look at today, you have to negotiate with them to give the appliances. Meritage gives all of the appliances and more. So they have some of the better deals that I've seen currently where all appliances are included plus the incentives, which we'll talk about. Now, they then have their Onyx floor plan, which is about a little over 100 square feet bigger, 1480. And then that one is ranging, between $380,000 $378, $373. So this one, bigger floor plan, you can get almost for the same price as the turquoise. $380 again. And then we're getting into their bigger floor plan, which is the quartz floor plan. And that's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,562 square feet. And that is just under $400,000. So this is the quartz floor plan. I almost forgot to mention, I have toured this community, so if you want to see that video, it will be popping up here that you can take a look at afterwards. And you'll get to see through the model home, and I really deep dive for this area as well. Another thing to note, that if you like Meritage Homes or any of these builders that are building in the Marana area, they build all throughout Tucson. So if Marana doesn't seem to be a good fit for you, they build in Vail, they build in Sahuarita, just let me know. I'd love to get on a call with you. My contact information is down below. Schedule a one-on-one call with me so that I can get to know you, what you're looking for, what matters to you when it comes to a location, and I'll be able to narrow down the perfect area for you. I'm born and raised, so I'm very familiar with these areas, and I work hand in hand with these builders. So don't forget, schedule that one-on-one call with me so that I can help find the perfect area for you and narrow down these builders, because there's a lot to do with these builders. Okay, let's look at the quartz floor plan. So this is their middle to bigger tier floor plan for this. Let's look at this floor plan. They're all kind of similar. I do really like this because it does have a teen room here. You have your porch, your foyer, and then you walk in, very similar to all the other ones where you have your kitchen, dining, great room, all in this big long stretch here. On this area, you have your 2 front guest bedrooms, a bath and a laundry room, and then you have a teen flex room. On the other side, you have your primary suite, walk-in closet, and then your primary bath. Very similar, you're just getting some extra square footage. And you can compare all of the sizes with the other bedrooms as well. Now, opal. This is what is shown in my other video that I've done with a walkthrough where you can see me touring it in person. This starts at $408. You have another one at $412 and $416. Again, it all just depends on the lot location and the finishes in the home. Let's take a look at this one. It is 1,787 square feet. It is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. And then let's look at this floor plan. You have your porch, your foyer here, kitchen, dining. So all of this main room is very, very similar. It does look like you have a little bit more of a walk-in pantry compared to the others. You have your big primary, huge walk-in closet and primary bath. And then over here, the really big difference with this one and the last one, the opal, or I think it's the opal. Let's see. Oh, no, the other floor plan, the 15 square foot floor plan, is you have a teen room. You lose that third bedroom. So you have guest bedroom, guest bedroom, guest bedroom, and then bath and laundry. Great option. So this is the Continental Ranch location. This is Summerstone 2. There are 12 quick move-ins currently here. So if this location looks like it might fit your needs, that is great. If not, there are 2 other locations currently in the town of Marana. You have Fieldstone right here, and then Chaparral. These ones are very close to being completed. Chaparral currently, as of today, only has 3 homes still available. So that one's very close to being completed. And Fieldstone has about 8 to 10 remaining homes. They have the same floor plan. So we're just gonna take a look at Fieldstone, which, let's see if I can get it on here. So Fieldstone, this is in the Gladden Farms community. Chaparral is in the Rancho Marana community. The only difference, let me pull up the map so I can show you. The only difference is Gladden Farms, beautiful community. This is a 3-mile stretch right here of a big master plan community. This has everything from walking paths. I think it's over 120 miles of walking paths. You have dog parks. You have the Gladden Farms Community Park, soccer fields, basketball courts. There is a 7-acre dog park here, which is the Paws and Claws Park. Awesome community. this is very close to being completed very soon. So in Gladden Farms, because this is a huge master plan community, property taxes are slightly higher here because it went into a fund to accumulate for the parks, for the walking paths, for the fire station, all of those things. That is all here. So Gladden Farms is here, and you have Fieldstone, which is right here off of Clark Farm Road. So Fieldstone is within the Gladden Farms community. Chaparral, which is also Meritage, is going to be in Rancho Marana. The only difference is that this road kind of creates the difference between Gladden Farms and Rancho Marana. Less property tax. Pretty much the same thing. You can walk into the parks, you can walk and do all the things that Gladden Farms offers. You're just not in proximity of Gladden Farms. So you could either go into Rancho Marana, which they're going to be building a lot more homes out in this area, or we can look into Fieldstone. So let's jump back over. I know it's quite a bit of information. That's why it's always helpful if you have questions about these areas, give me a call, text, or email. I can definitely narrow it down because I know quite a bit about this area. A lot of my clients have built in these areas because they love it. So let me make sure that I chose the correct one, and I did not. Okay, here we are at the correct site. This is Fieldstone at Gladden Farms Signature Series. There are currently 10 remaining quick move-ins for this community in Gladden Farms. Now, like I mentioned, out in Rancho Marana, which is just across the street, there are 3 remaining quick move-ins, similar floor plans, almost the exact same ones. It just depends on what you're needing. So, scrolling down, let's take a look at the quick move-in homes. You have homes that are ranging at the 1327 square feet. So pretty much throughout all of the communities for Meritage Homes, the floor plans are very similar. They just either have different names, there might be a slight tweak here and there, but you can find very similar ones in Sahuarita or in Vail. It just depends on the area. They're just going to be named something a little bit different. So you have their smaller series, which is at this community called the Carnival, and that's 1327, very similar to what we saw in Summerstone, but price is almost $20,000, $15,000 less. Yep, $20,000 less. So if you're okay with an extra 5 to 7 minute drive to get into town, to downtown Tucson, definitely worth looking at the Gladden Farms community. So you have Carnival, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1327 square feet. You have their Festival floor plan, which is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1562 square feet. And this is ranging between $349, so just under $350, to $356, $366, all to just depending on location of the lot and what's inside the home. Another one at $366 and another at $366. So pretty much everything is under $370, and you have one at $350, which is great. Getting a brand new home at $350, especially with the incentives they offer, huge win. And then they have a few more of their Festival floor plans. So Festival and Carnival, let's take a look at this one. This is their 1560 floor plan, which is actually 1562 square feet. And let's zoom down. Very similar to what they have at what we just saw of the Opal floor plan at Summerstone. It's just a different name, different community. So you have your big great room kitchen dining, your primary up here, and then your 3 guest bedrooms. Great floor plan, great option. So they also have these at their Rancho Marana Chaparral location. Great option. Now I will say, Meritage Homes, they build with quality. I think they just won Best Builder, #1 builder in the Southern Arizona area, which huge congratulations to them. But I love them. I think that they have amazing product, and they also have some of the best incentives. Currently right now, what Meritage is offering until August, so that means you have to close by August or until the funds run out. You use their in-house lender to get these qualifications. Right now, what they're offering is a 2-1 buy-down program. What that means is that the first year, you get a 2.99% interest rate. And then the second year of the loan term, the interest rate goes to 3.99%. So that's saving you hundreds of dollars right there off the bat. Then year 3 through 30, so until the loan term ends, so year 3 through 30, you are locked in at a 4.99% interest rate. That is drastically lower than what the conventional market is offering for interest rates. Right now, they are at low 7s, high 6s. So if you are locked in year 3 through 30 at a 4.99% interest rate, that'll save you thousands of dollars. And let's say at year 3, interest rates are lower than that 4.99%, you can refinance. You are not locked in on that. You're only locked in, it will never go higher. You're locked in there, but if it goes lower, you can refinance. On top of those lower interest rates, they are offering 1% of the purchase price to be given to you to use towards your closing costs. So that's going to be allocated towards lender fees, escrow and title fees. So less money out of pocket, thousands of dollars out of pocket that you're not having to do. So you have your down payment, and then they're helping to cover majority of your closing costs. Plus, with Meritage, you get all of the appliances. That's a Whirlpool washer and dryer, Whirlpool refrigerator, gas, range and oven, microwave, and dishwasher. This house is move-in ready. So that means you come with your furniture, you come with your clothes packed, it's cleaned, it's brand new, and you have amazing warranties on these houses. So it's pretty much a win-win in general. So again, before we move on to the next one, I'm gonna point out where these are located. Again, we are just looking west of the I-10. We have the ones right here in Continental Ranch, Summerstone by Meritage Homes. This is a 20-minute drive to downtown. And then if we head just a little bit up north, we looked at Gladden Farms and then Rancho Marana, about 25 minutes to downtown. Great option and great builder. Let's jump on over to Lennar. All right, let's get into it. So here we are on the Lennar site, and the great thing about, I think, a lot of these builder websites, at least majority of them, is they will have a map of Tucson, so you can kind of see the primary areas of where they are. Now, I know that 65% of you are watching on either your TV or your laptop, but there's gonna be a QR code that pops up. Scan that on your phone. It'll direct you directly to my website where you can learn all about the Tucson areas. You can play around with an interactive map and even get to know some of the builders a little bit. It's super helpful. Just click on that, save it for later, and play around with it so you can get familiarized with it. We'll look at it briefly, but just want to make sure, because you might be watching on your TV, go ahead and click on that QR code. Okay, so the rest of the builders, since we're only staying west of the I-10, we'll get to this in the next video, but the rest of the builders are going to be in the Gladden Farms area. So I'm going to be zooming in, and here we are with Lennar again. And they are pretty much, they have homes that range in the 350s up to the 460s. So we're getting into a little bit different price range for the most part, but a little bit bigger home in general. And when we explore the map a little bit later on into the video, you'll get to see why so many people love living in the Gladden Farms area. Everything, which is kind of Marana. They have splash pads, community parks. They just opened a brand new aquatic center that is so cool. We'll take a look at that later, but let's go and take a look. So this is their 1411 square foot floor plan. And this is going to be a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage. Let's take a look at this floor plan. So very similar kind of to the other one. You have your entryway, your 2-bay garage, your foyer here, and then you have your great room, kitchen, which is a little bit different setup. So this looks like it has a little bit more designated living space in general than just a big room. And then you have your owner's suite, bath and walk-in closet, and then your 2 guest rooms on this side. Great option. And this one is priced just under $350. So let's go to the next one. And let's see. Sunstone. This is the Sunstone at Gladden Farms community. And here we go. We get kind of a preview of, like I said, that 7-acre dog park. I love it. My dog loves it. Okay, so you have that $350 right here. and that's a 1411 square feet. They have 2 of those currently. Their bigger floor plan, which is 2135 square feet, that is just under $460. So let's take a look at that, because that's almost $100,000 jump in price. So this is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. So you have a 3-car tandem garage, and then your porch entryway. You have your guest bedrooms up through here with a shared bath, and then your kitchen, dining, and great room. And then you have a 2nd bedroom and an owner suite on this side. So great option if you are looking for a 4-bedroom and some bigger square footage. Lennar, you can go on a virtual tour as well. So if you're wanting to, play around, see the renderings in the model of kind of a walkthrough, this is super helpful as well. So you can go on their website, play around, or even better, you can get a hold of me and I can give you an in-person walkthrough at any of these floor plans so you can see exactly what is in it. That's what I do for all of my out-of-state clients. Just give me a call, text me, and I can help you do those tours. Let's take a look at their 1,400 square foot. Oh, they have quite a few actually. We're gonna skip actually to a 2-story. We haven't seen one of those yet. So they have 2 2-story options. They have their Rito floor plan and then the Julian. This is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and this is just over 2,200 square feet. And then they have the Julian, which is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and this is very close to 2,700 square feet. Let's take a look at that one. It's just under $490, and this is their biggest floor plan that they offer. So this is considered their next gen option. If you are looking for a next gen, these are very popular. There's not a lot of builders that do it, which this is a really, really good option. So here you have your porch and your foyer here, 3-car tandem, flex space up here, powder room, and your kitchen, nook, great room, and patio. Then you have your entrance into the next gen living suite. So it does have its own bedroom, laundry, bath, kitchenette, living room. Pretty great option. And then let's go to the 2nd floor. Up here you have a loft, your owner's suite, and then 2 guest bedrooms. Great option. Let's see, do they have a virtual tour of this one? And they do. So this one is priced just under $490. This is their Julian floor plan with that next gen option. I have been getting quite a few calls about a next gen home in general, so great option if you are looking for that. Here's the next gen suite. It does have its own entrance as well. So great option, just under $490. Now they do have quite a few floor plans left here. So if you want to play around with the website, definitely do so. If you want a virtual tour in person, let me know. But let's talk about some of their incentives. I'm not going to go through all of the floor plans here because there's quite a few. So for Lennar, what they are currently offering. Now they always do change, so if you're watching this video later on, let me know because I get notified right away as these new incentives come out. Give me a call or text me to get those current up-to-date incentives. But as of right now, Lennar is offering a 3.99% interest rate for FHA or VA. So if that's what you're looking into, that is a great option. 3.99% year 1 through 30. They're also contributing $7,000 towards your closing costs. Another amazing option with Lennar. It all just comes down to what builder works best for you, what price range you're looking in, and location. So Lennar seems like it's a great option. They have quite a few floor plans, and another great thing about this community is that they are located right next to a brand new school that is opening, a K-8 STEM school right next door, which we'll look at later on in the map. Now, I wanted to show you, I talked about that QR code earlier. Check out our new website that we've been working on. It is basically completed. There's a few tweaks that we want to go over here and there, but this is going to be your ultimate resource about Tucson, just in general, this is going to be what I consider the holy grail of finding out everything about Tucson. Up here, you have my phone number. If you want to get in touch with me, you can text or call me. You can download my relocation guide, which again, I think is super helpful. This I think is great. You have your interactive map of Tucson and the surrounding areas. So right here, it turns this lightish tan color. We're talking about Marana, or the Dove Mountain Marana area, which we'll talk about in next week's video. Oro Valley, the town of Catalina Foothills. You can scroll all over these areas and learn all about it. Let's say all of the greater Tucson area. If you click on it, it'll take you to some of the videos I've done about the Tucson area. Or if you click on Marana, it'll talk about the Marana area. So super helpful just in general. If you keep scrolling down, a little bit about me and my team. And then one thing is download this relocation guide. This is going to be the hot spot just to know about Tucson, questions you might have not thought that might pop into your head. This goes over everything from demographic to the areas of Tucson, restaurants, history, population, cost of living, climate, all of that stuff, top places to live. So this is the relocation guide. It is free for you to download, so please download it. It's super helpful. Featured videos from these past weeks, and then all of the communities. So this is a great resource for you to just play around with, and then schedule a meeting with me when you're ready to either relocate here. If you're looking to relocate, I'd love to chat with you. And this will be linked down below, or you can go to TucsonArizonaLiving.com. That's for you to look through, play with, and just download that relocation guide as well. Now on to Richmond American. So again, like I mentioned, it's really great that a lot of these builders have the maps on their website and where these locations are. So we're gonna scroll in, and the rest of the houses and communities that we're looking at are in the Gladden Farms area of Marana. We will jump over to Dove Mountain next week, but for the sake of this video, they are all in Gladden Farms, which again is that 3-mile radius of homes right in through here. Now this community, let's go ahead and zoom in. They have a few houses left here, but as you can see, a little bit different price point than the first two. You're gonna be looking really at the mid 400s, and there is one or two just over 500,000. So this does make a little bit of a difference for some people, but they have bigger homes and they also have an RV garage at this location. So let's take a look at their $449 price point. And this one is 1720 square feet, 4-bedroom, 2-bath with a 2-car garage. Let's take a look at this floor plan. Now these ones are available, and with all of these homes in general, you can go onto a mortgage calculator on their website and play around depending on how much you're putting down, and it can give you a general idea of what that would cost monthly. So here we are, you have your entryway. Up front, you have your guest bedrooms, so bedroom 2 and 3 with a shared bath here. You have a 2-car garage, your laundry room, and this one is showing a 4th bedroom. And then you have your kitchen, dining, and great room, and then your owner's suite. Great option. And this one again is 1720 square feet, and this one is priced at $450. Okay, let's move on to, let's take a look at the one with the RV garage. So I think that's a great option. I know that they are more rare to find. There are some out in the Vail area. So if you are looking specifically for that, Vail might be a good option for you. Now let's scroll through. I'm pretty sure it is one of these here, 519 one. Okay, so here is their RV garage option, and this one is 1910 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it is just under 520,000. So let's look at this floor plan. Here we are. Okay, so you have your entry here, and then you have your 2 guest bedrooms up front, and then a flex room in between. Then you have your kitchen, great room, and dining room right here, and your owner's suite and owner's bath. And then you have your 2-car tandem garage and then an RV garage. So great option, just under 2,000 square feet. This one is priced at $520. So if you are wanting an RV garage and you want to be in the Gladden Farms area, this copper floor plan is a great option. Now let's take a look at one more and then we'll look at their incentives. And this one, the Lennar and the Meritage and Richmond, they're all within the same community in Gladden Farms. They're basically across from each other. So they're all within walking distance. If you ever want to drive through, make sure you call me so I can meet you at the sites and show you what they have available. So here's another one. We have, actually this is not in this community. Okay, so we looked at the RV garage. We looked at their 1,700 square foot option. Let's take a look at their 2-story. This is priced at $545. It's 2,630 square feet, 5-bedroom, 3-bath with a 3-car garage. And this is their, I think it's called the Moonstone floor plan. Here is the main level. You have your covered entryway, your guest bedroom downstairs with your attached bath, and then you have your kitchen, dining, and great room, and a 3-car garage. Then it does go upstairs. Let's see. You have a loft area and then 4 bedrooms up here, including the owner's suite. So great option. If you're looking for a 5-bedroom, this is a great option. It is priced at $554. And this is great. It shows you more so what your monthly payment would be with the conventional fixed rate. Now, speaking of the fixed rate, let's look at their incentives. They have theirs listed on their website, but it does change pretty drastically. It's probably every 2 months or so that the rates and offers are changing. So they have these listed on their website. If you are doing an FHA loan, they are offering 4.99%. If you are doing conventional, they're offering a 5.5%. VA is 4.99, and then they have another option of an FHA loan term. So they have quite a few. The best thing to do is to play around with that mortgage calculator, see what you're going to be putting down and see what that monthly payment works to, because you live in the monthly payment. It's hard to decipher between what the purchase price is versus what your monthly payment is, because you might be getting a lot more than what you think you can. You just have to live in that monthly payment and with the taxes and everything. So if you want more information about this community or have any questions about what they're offering incentives wise, definitely let me know so that I can help clear it up a little bit for you and give you all of the options, whether it's for this builder or any of the other builders. Text, call, or email me if you have questions about that. Okay, let's talk D.R. Horton. On the west side of the I-10 where we've been touring, they have 3 communities in the Marana area. We're gonna first start at Saguaro Bloom, and they have Saguaro Bloom, Coronet at Gladden Farms, and then they have Barnett Village, which is in Rancho Marana. I've done a video at Coronet and Saguaro Bloom, so if you want more in-depth walkthroughs of those communities, those are going to be linked down in my channel that you can go ahead and view. But let's first start at Saguaro Bloom. This one's a little bit closer into the town area, so it's about 20 minutes from downtown Tucson. You get off of Twin Peaks, and then you just go down in through here past the Continental Ranch area. Beautiful mountains in this area. Let's go ahead and take a look. They have currently 3 quick move-ins available. This has everything from a community pool, exercise area, dog park, clubhouse that you can rent out for birthday parties or anything like that. Great option, great community. So their smallest floor plan that they currently have available for quick move-in is 1,331 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and this one is their featured home of the week, and it's priced at $384,900. Okay, let's look. That is their amber floor plan. Here is the floor plan. Very similar to what we saw with some of the other builders. You have your front porch, your washer and dryer up front, entryway, kitchen, dining, and great room through here. This is going to be your primary bedroom area, so walk-in closet, bath, and then on the other side, you have your 2nd bedroom, 3rd bedroom, and shared bath. Pretty standard, great option. This one is priced at $384,000. And then they have one of their bigger floor plans currently available, which is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage, and it's just at 2,431 square feet. This is priced at $5,049, and you can play around with their payment calculators here to see what you would put down, how much it would cost you monthly, and all of that. This is their Pearl floor plan. So let's take a look at that one, and right here. So this is their Pearl floor plan. Let's look at this right here. So here you have your 2-car garage, and this one does come with the optional 3rd-car garage. So pretend this is here. There's a 3rd-car garage. You have your entryway, a study right off of this right side. You have your 2 guest bedrooms up front with a bath, and then you have a nook area here with your kitchen, great room, dining room area, and then through here you have your 2nd guest bedroom and washer and dryer through the garage, and then your primary suite all up here. I really advise you to go on their websites and look at the floor plans, or if you really can't kind of figure out the floor plan that way, let me know. I'm happy to go and do a video tour of any of these communities for you, any of the quick move-ins, because these quick move-ins don't last very long. A lot of these communities are selling out because of the low interest rates they're offering and incentives. So if you want to act on one, let me know. I'm happy to go do a virtual walkthrough with you, whether it's over FaceTime, Zoom. I like to do it on YouTube so that I can download the link for you and send it to you later on. So this is their Pearl floor plan that they have available, priced at $5,049. And then the last one they have available right now is their 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,423 square feet. And this is priced at $421,900. So this is only about 100 square feet bigger, but it is a definite price increase. So let's take a look. 1,423 square feet. This is their Baxter floor plan, and this is a pretty popular floor plan. This is front porch. You have your entryway, great room. You walk right into the great room, kitchen and dining, and then you have your primary suite up here in the corner, and then your your 1st and 2nd guest bedroom up front. This is the Baxter floor plan. Now, great option. What they're currently offering, and I actually just got a text from the sales rep telling me what the current incentives are, and what they're currently offering is a 3.99% interest rate with some money towards closing costs. Now, I do know with D.R. Horton, not all of the time do the appliance packages come with the house. So that is something that is negotiated with me as your realtor, but that 3.99% interest rate is pretty great. It will save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars annually and as you live on through the home. So great option, but that is just one of their communities. Let's go back and look at the Coronet community as well as the other one in Rancho Marana. Okay, I'm back. I finally got to the main page. Now, Coronet, a little bit different. You are going to have more of smaller space between homes, but it is a beautiful community. This one's in Gladden Farms. Let me show you some of the pictures. I really like this one because they're using luxury vinyl plank in majority of their homes here, and it's in the Gladden Farms community. They have their own community pool, which none of the other communities in Gladden Farms has a community pool. You just go to that brand new beautiful aquatic center they opened, which is 5 minutes away, but it's nice because this one is walking distance for this community. Great option. This one has a clubhouse center as well with a gym and the community center. So in Gladden Farms, there is a lot of home options in this Coronet building, or where they're building. This is the community center. So if Saguaro Bloom, the community we just looked at, doesn't really fit your needs, this one's a great option. I think this is beautiful. So these ones are 2-story options and single-story, and a little bit more affordable than the Saguaro Bloom. Let's take a look at their 2227 square foot floor plan. This one is priced at $423, just over $423, and it is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, 2-story floor plan. So let's see, this is their Kate, and this is actually their model home, which let me get to the 3D rendering here. So this is what they have in their model home, and I did tour this one. So if you want to look through this one in depth, you will get to see it on my channel. So you have a bath over here, you have your downstairs area, kitchen, and let's go upstairs. This is their sales office. So let's go ahead. You have your washer and dryer through here. You have a great loft area. You have your primary suite up here, and you can play with this on their website. They have huge closets in this option as well, with a window, which is pretty nice. So this is what you get in the quick move-in, minus these nice little light fixtures here. This is what you're gonna be getting in those quick move-in. So this is the Kate floor plan. Let's get out of this one, and let's see one of the single stories. Kate floor plan is priced at $423. You also have another one priced at $404. That's a little bit smaller though, not the Kate floor plan, but it is still a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. So just over $400,000, but you can play with those monthly calculators to get an idea of what it would cost you. And let's take a look at one of their smaller ones. This one's just under $350, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,330 square feet. So this one is, let me get back and look at the actual floor plan. So 1,330 square feet. This is going to be their amber floor plan. So here is, I think we already looked at this one at Saguaro Bloom, but you have your front patio area, entry, washer and dryer right up front. You have your great room and all of your bedrooms. Let's take a look at that virtual floor plan to give you an idea. So I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but bear with me. So here is that interactive floor plan, and this is super helpful, I think. Let's start at the front of the house. So here we are at the front door. Right through here you have the laundry room. Front door, laundry, garage entrance. Here's your laundry room right at the front. And then this is again 1,330 square feet. You have your kitchen, 9-foot ceilings, walk-in pantry, and it actually does seem a lot bigger than, I think, 1,330 square feet. Here you have your guest side of the house. Oops, sorry, clicking all over the place. Guest here. Okay, great option. Let's take a look at that primary. So pretty much everything in the Gladden Farms area is just under $425 for this community. But again, you get that community pool, you get a gym, you get that rec center, which is really nice. Not any of the other communities in Gladden Farms has that option. So this is the Cornet at Gladden Farms. Again, beautiful community pool, your rec center. HOA is a little bit higher here than the other ones, but again, you're getting all of those amenities in it. You don't have to pay for gym memberships, which is great. Let's see if they have their HOA fees listed on here. I think they do. If not, send me a comment down below and I can give you the HOA fees if this is a community that you are interested in. I always like to know, does a community pool matter to you? Are you okay just driving to that aquatic center down the street? Does it make a big difference having it in the neighborhood? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. Now, let's take a look at the last community, which is Barnett Village. This is in Rancho Marana. A little bit slightly lower property taxes. This one is pretty close to being completed as well. So this is, let me show you just some of the neighborhood of itself. This is their model home out there. Let's see. And right now, it looks like they might only have one home available. So this is their 1,909 square foot, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage. I had a wonderful family that did purchase this floor plan out in Barnett. It works really well for them. It's a 5-bedroom, so you can have an office, you can have a den space, you can have your children there. So great option. And let's take a look at that floor plan. This is their 1909 5-bedroom and the Parker. So This is the last one remaining of those quick move-in in Rancho Marana. You have your entryway, your bedroom up here. This is great to utilize as an office or just a separate bedroom in general. Your bathroom here, which it is a 3-bath. And then you have your kitchen, dining, and great room, pantry, walk-in pantry, and your washer and dryer up here. Then this side of the house, you have your 3 guest bedrooms, a shared bath, and then the owner's suite. Great option if you're looking for a 5-bedroom. This is priced at, come on website, $419. So if you need a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, this is a great option. Now, we did already talk about incentives, but I'm going to repeat it again. They are offering a 3.99% interest rate with D.R. Horton. If you want more information, reach out to me so I can get you more in-depth details of what that actually is. And if any of these communities work for you, great. If not, there's other D.R. Hortons throughout town or any of the other wonderful builders we're looking at today. Let's talk amenities and what is in the area. So if you are living either like the few communities we looked at in the Continental Reserve area here, or if you're living in Gladden Farms, we're gonna just break it up very quickly. So we saw Summerstone by Meritage Homes and then the Saguaro Bloom by D.R. Horton, which are in these areas. You have grocery shopping right down the street. There is a Safeway Market right off of Twin Peaks right here. So you have a Mexican restaurant, you have Safeway, you have a Starbucks, you have, I think there's a Chinese restaurant. So all of your shopping and necessities less than 5 minutes away. So here we are, this would just be the main complex right down the street. So let me zoom out, shows right here, let's see, Summerstone by Meritage Homes, and then Saguaro Bloom is right in this area, 5 minutes away to get to this Safeway right here. Now, if you head back out onto the Twin Peaks area, you have the outlet malls. So lots of great shopping in this area. This would just probably be the best place to live. I feel like I'd spend way too much money if I lived out here. But you have a Nike outlet store, Levi's, Calvin Klein. I think there's a Coach store in there. There's some restaurants in the area. You have a Bill Luke's car dealership. There's also a furniture store here. Now, if you're wanting to get to the next exit, so we are right in this area. If you just go to the Cortero exit, there's even more shopping. You have an In-N-Out, you have a Walmart Supercenter, you have a Petco, you have a Home Goods, you have kind of all of the things you're needing, Panda Express, Ross, all in this area. And this is less than 10 minutes away, FedEx, all of those things right here. Lots of restaurants. There's a movie theater here as well. You have a Harkins Theater. This is maybe a 7-minute drive from that area. So great location. And like I mentioned, only 20 minutes away from downtown Tucson. Now for a Target or a Costco, you're gonna be going to, we were right here. Let's use this Jeremiah's Ice, Italian Ice as where we were looking. If you go to the Ina exit, which is right here, this is I wanna say 10 to 15 minute drive. Right here you have Topgolf, you have Chick-fil-A, you have your Target right in this area, all right here. So it's a super convenient location. You're getting new construction, you're getting those great interest rates, 10 to 15 minutes away from a Target, and just down the street, you have your Costco and your Home Depot as well. So just to give you an idea, we were right here at this exit right here. To get to Costco and Target, you are right in through here. 15 minutes at max, so great option. Now, if we're going back out to Gladden Farms, it seems a lot farther. We were right here, Gladden Farms is here. This is just adding 5 to 7 minutes on your drive time. So for this area, the great news about Gladden Farms is they just opened a brand new Fry's marketplace. This is going to be equivalent to Kroger or any of your just standard grocery stores. It's a beautiful Fry's. They have even more commercial stuff going in here. McDonald's, Jersey Mike's, Chipotle, great option. If you're living in this neighborhood, you can walk there. Drive time is anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, so great option. And you also have all of those community parks. You have a splash pad right in through here. Here's the Gladden Farms splash pad. So great option, great community. So many of my clients love living here. I love driving throughout here. Another thing I wanted to show you is in this area, they just opened up a brand new aquatic center. Beautiful aquatic center, slides, pools, they have pickleball courts, all of those things. But they're also going to be opening up and starting construction, which it did break ground, is the new downtown Marana Center. This is awesome. I'm so excited for this to open. Great opportunity for the community and also just for resale if you live in the area. This is great. It's going to help with your property value and everything. They're going to have a hotel. It's going to be an outdoor kind of walking mall area. They'll have a rodeo area, a dance bar, steakhouse, brewery. This is just going to be so much fun for this town center. So this is a huge draw for the Gladden Farms Marana area, is all of this new stuff that will be opened up. I'm hoping by the end of 2026, but we will see how long that takes. So they'll have retailers, they'll have restaurants, brewery, all of that stuff. Great things for the downtown Marana area now, but currently in the area, they have a McDonald's, Bisbee Breakfast Club, they have your dental care, your doctor's offices and everything. There is gas stations, Nico's Mexican Food, Dutch Bros. They have a Taco Bell, I'm pretty sure, out here. So they do have all of the things you can necessarily need for the area. If not, you just go to that Cortero exit where we were at, right up through here, and you're 15-20 minutes away from your from your Target or Costco. Great option. You're just a 5 to 7 minute drive time extended from the Continental Ranch where we were looking at earlier. But again, having that new downtown center option is amazing. Now, really quickly, let's take a look at the schools. I like using niche.com. If you want to look up any other options for school ratings, definitely do so, but this will be linked down below. Now, for the Continental Ranch area, for any of the public schools, you're going to have Coyote Trail, Twin Peaks Elementary, Rattlesnake Ridge Elementary, all either B+ or A- schools for public schools, which is great. For the Gladden Farms area, they are going to be opening up a brand new K-8 school right here this August, so August 2025. K-8 STEM school, beautiful school. If not, you do still have a beautiful STEM school, which is right in this area. It is the Gladden Farms Elementary. For some reason, niche.com puts it down here. It is not down here. It's right up through here. It's a B+ school. And then middle school is the Marana Middle School. And then for high school, you're just gonna go a little bit out. This is for all of the Marana area on the west side of the I-10. They are gonna be going to Marana High School, which is a B school right through here. Both communities, if you're looking right in this area at the Saguaro Bloom area or the Gladden Farms Rancho Marana area, it's about a 10-minute drive to get to the high school. So great schools for public schools, which is great, but we'll save the other schools for the east side of the I-10 for the part 2 series, which will go over the Dove Mountain Marana area. It's going to get into a different price point area, so make sure you tune in next week for part 2. Okay, we got through part 1 of Marana. Next week, I'm gonna go over part 2, which is gonna cover Dove Mountain Marana and the east side of the I-10, so the rest of Marana. There is still so much to explore. So if you have any questions about Marana, about Tucson, or any of the general areas of Tucson, definitely let me know. Reach out to me. My contact information is down below. I know this was a lot of information today, so you probably will have some questions and I'd love to answer them. You can either text, call, or email me, or I definitely encourage you to set up a one-on-one call with me so I can get to know you a little bit better and help you find the perfect area and builder. I'll see you in next week's video.